In New Jersey, it's rules change, and Emily says we're going to switch it up. Rule number 1 is dad now has to take care of the animals. Erik said, why does everyone hate me?
We don't know,
Rule
Erik. Tell
number
us.
Yeah. Rule number 2, bedtime, dad is in charge. And then rule number 3, we're going to have a date night. Erik seems excited, but she said, you're going to have to cook something nice
Now,
for
why
dinner.
does
And
he
he's
have
like,
to cook?
welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
We are talking about Wife Swap, Season 1, Episode number 3, Daddy Duties versus Daddy Don'ts. I think that's a good name.
Yeah.
So we start out in Orange County with Emily talking to Shane. Emily has a daughter, Annabelle, who's 12, and twins, Luke and Keller, who are 9 years old. Emily admits that Shane does 60% of the work and she does 40, but Shane corrects her and said it's more like 70-30.
I believe Shane.
I mean, Shane's a good guy.
Yeah, so I'm not familiar with that Housewives franchise. So what is your take, you guys, on their relationship? What's your take?
Well, I think what Emily said is true. Like when they first got married and had kids, she was like a stay-at-home mom. Well, she was an attorney, though, and an event planner by the time we met her on OC. But now that she's on the show, she has more commitments. But he's also a practicing attorney. So, I mean, yes, he's definitely doing more than he was before, but they must still have help, because if he's a practicing attorney, he's doing a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And,
But who knows?
you know,
Who knows what kind of attorney he is, and who
Yeah, but
knows who he's working
most attorneys
for.
are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I mean, you're not doing overnights as an attorney.
No, I don't think he's doing
know?
overnights, but maybe he's only working 2 days a week, or you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? I
So
mean,
Shane's
his family
family
is very
is
wealthy.
very wealthy. Very, very wealthy. So he could
'Cause,
be
I
working
mean-
2 days a week.
I mean, their house is nice, but it wasn't.
Yeah, how about when that chick Callie said that?
I mean, it was nice, but it wasn't like.
Well, I mean,
It
you
wasn't
gotta
like
think they're
Melissa
in
Gorga
Orange
nice.
County, California. Like that house is probably millions, multi-millions, her house.
Yeah.
Where here in New Jersey, that house would be, $1 million, 800,000. But in California, it's multi-million. It's in Orange County, California. It's not LA, it's not Beverly Hills, but it's,
Right. Okay. All right. So do they have a good marriage? Is it a solid
Yeah.
marriage?
They're
You feel
they're
like?
solid. They're solid.
Yeah, they're
like,
solid.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah.
I was going to ask you what you thought because you don't watch the show. Like, what was your impression?
I definitely liked the other 2 Housewife episodes better than this one. Not that I didn't like this one. I didn't feel like she was as.
Well, she doesn't have OCD like the other 2.
Yeah, I just didn't feel. How do I even put it?
Open to doing it the other wives' way.
No, I just didn't feel like that she was as.
What about the other wife? What about Callie? Did you
I
think
liked
she
her.
was?
Yeah, I thought she was.
It's so interesting.
Wow.
I got a weird vibe from that chick,
You got a
Callie.
weird vibe from her?
I got the vibe that she just wants to be on TV. Like an hour ago, Cousin Gina sent Wendy and I a TikTok, and it was her, that chick Callie, a while ago, saying that Joe Gorga used her house. I guess he was doing like promos for his construction business, and he said that he flipped her house, and he didn't, and she made him take the picture down. And I do remember something like this going on.
I do too.
But that was her.
Oh, but that's kind of odd though, because if you had that kind of interaction with the housewife,
Yeah.
and it was not in a positive vein, why would you want to do something on national television that had to do with housewives? That's odd.
I think she has her
Because you want to
sights
be
set
on TV.
Yeah.
Because you want to be on TV.
And seriously, and I feel like I say this all the time, but my third eye was open. I had that feeling watching this episode. And then when Cousin Gina sent that to us, I was like, oh my God.
Oh.
I even felt like her husband, not that her husband wants to be on TV, but I even just got a vibe from her husband where it was like, I'm just going to go along with this because this is what my wife wants.
I thought it was odd. There definitely was something off with him. I was like, yeah.
Except maybe this is another thing I thought. I definitely still felt that way about her, but it almost seems like maybe something happened in their marriage where she is very closed off to him and she's having a hard time reopening up to him.
Yeah, it did seem like there might be more to that than meets the eye there. I agree. I also had that.
Or is she
feeling
just
like,
saying that and acting like that to kind of leave the door open for people to want to know more about her so she gets a spot on a show? I'm just saying.
interesting.
They are
Kayla?
still casting Jersey. She does live in North
Exactly.
Jersey.
Yeah.
So I actually thought that Emily was authentic to who Emily is. I mean, that's how.
Maybe it's because
You don't
I
know
don't feel
her.
like, I don't feel like I know her because
Right.
I don't watch her show. Whereas
Right.
I watch,
Angie.
yeah, I watch New Jersey and I watch Salt Lake. So yeah,
Right.
so maybe
Right.
maybe that was part of the deal.
I'm curious to see, because you don't watch Potomac, so I'm curious to see what your thoughts are when we get to see Wendy's episode next week. Right? So Emily says that she has an angry 12-year-old who's on the phone all the time, and Emily just wants to retreat to her own bedroom, and that's how she parents. Like, she just doesn't deal with it. She just kind of ignores it. And I'll be honest
That's
with you.
not going to help. Trust me. That's not going to help.
Her
Yeah.
daughter, whoa.
Yeah, she was rough.
Whoa. There would be some serious kick-ass bras in my house because
She had
Nope.
some, yeah. So I'm just looking up where Park Ridge is because I knew it was North Jersey.
I know
but
it's all, I asked my husband, he said it's all the way at the top of the parkway.
it is. It's like close to New Jersey, New York border.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
up there. It's like Montvale, like that.
But that's where Melissa and Joe were, Montvale. Remember?
Yeah.
Before they moved to
Yes.
Franklin Lake. So she's not far from them.
So Shane says that he's talking to the kids. He said, we'll all take a vote at the end to see if we want to keep the new mom or not.
That was so
Which-
funny.
That's so Shane. Like, that's so his
Yeah.
personality. And he also says he hopes that
A
the new
dry
husband
sense of
doesn't do
humor.
crap. Yes, he does. He does have a dry. He's sarcastic. He's very sarcastic. He hopes that the new husband doesn't do crap at the house. Well, he got his wishes.
He did.
He certainly did. He
did.
certainly did. Certainly did.
So then we meet Erik, Callie, and their children. Adelaide is 7 years old. Graham is 11 years old. And Georgina is 5. And their last name is Svensson. They have a pig inside their house, Pikachu, named Pikachu. I'll be honest with you. When Emily saw the pig, I thought her reaction was I would have not reacted like that. I would have been like, what the F is going on here?
Right.
What did you
Me
think?
too.
What did you think of her reaction?
Well, I thought she said, well, a dog, okay, a pig, yeah. She's just an animal. I think that she's an animal person. When you're an animal person, you're an animal person.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does have a lot of dogs. I just can't imagine walking in someone's house and there being a pig there. I can't imagine it. Callie lives on a farm and she's a stay-at-home mom. She starts her day at 7 a.m. And what that entails is feeding the chickens, the horses. She takes care of the children. She gets the groceries done. She does the laundry, makes dinner, does the cooking, does the cleaning. She does everything.
Yeah.
Basically, she does
Yeah.
everything.
Erik said he's a walking
Mm.
ATM for the family.
Right.
I don't
Right.
necessarily love that.
No, I don't either.
Isn't every dad?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Most of
you
them.
think you're special?
Right. Most of them.
Meanwhile, we see at 9 a.m. Erik is still in bed, and
He's
said
a
his job.
director of a large healthcare facility. How are
I
you still
know.
in bed at 9 a.m.? Unless it was a Saturday, maybe.
I think it was a
Yeah.
weekend. I think
Okay.
it was a weekend.
Well, actually, you know what? It was a Friday because when Shane took her out for Friday night is date night.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe on Friday is like his work from home day and he
Yeah.
can like set
Maybe
his
he's
own
remote.
hours or something,
And he rolls out of bed and rolls onto his
Maybe.
computer.
Yeah.
But he said his job was taking the garbage out. That was his job.
Wow.
Okey-dokey.
So she said her house is reminiscent of an English countryside, and she thinks that her husband Erik loves the farm. And Erik says, I hate the farm. I was like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about not being on the same page.
Right.
Yeah, totally not on the same page at all.
Yeah.
He said, I'd never be buying hay and stuff. I never thought that this is what my life would be like, me spending my money to buy hay and to keep this farm running. And he said that he feels like that he is like the sponsor for everyone's happiness, which that's a horrible way to feel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's a lot of pressure.
I've got to tell you this because my friend lives on a large piece of property and she has had animals before. And the proximity of where her animals are to her house is much further away than the proximity of this woman's animals and her home. And I can tell you this, the flies that she must get in and around her house
Yuck.
in the spring and summer must be ungodly. Because when you have livestock like that, there are massive amounts of flies. There's
Yeah.
no way to escape it. And her stuff seems very close to her actual home. So I was just, ugh,
Yeah.
no.
That sounds
Yeah.
gross.
It's not, not
Yeah, because you're right. We know plenty of people who just have chickens and the chickens alone.
Yeah. You just having animals that close to your home where you reside is like never a good idea. Like you can have them on your property, but they should never be that close to where you live. So I'm just putting it out there. She got flies.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
So you know.
Yeah. She says she's never left her husband home alone with the kids.
Yep.
What is that?
That's
What
crazy
is
to me.
that?
That's crazy.
I
So
mean,
she said she would like for Erik to take a more active role in the household. And
Yeah.
yeah. And she would like for her husband to realize all that she does around the house, which I
Yeah.
think that's going to happen. She finds out she's going to Orange County and she says, well, you're screwed if I'm going to be with Terry Dubrow. So we know that she watches The Housewives, right? And she knows.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she
Yeah.
knows who the cast of characters are.
yes.
Right. Emily finds out she's going to Park Ridge, New Jersey. And as she's on her way there, she's saying, oh, I hope that they at least have a dog, which, then she gets blessed with a pig and
Okay.
horse and goats and chickens.
Yeah.
Now, did you
Yeah.
guys ever know anyone who had a pig as a pet?
No.
No.
My husband's cousin had a pig as a pet.
Really?
Yeah, I never met it, but yeah.
Huh.
And there are people that if you met them, like you would never think that these are the people that will have a pig as a pet.
Right.
But yeah, they did for years. They used to take it. It used to go away to like summer camp. Like
Pig?
yes, in like upstate New York. It would go for like 2 weeks for summer camp and hang out with like other
How much
pigs.
does that cost to send your pig to camp?
I don't know. I don't
Clearly
know.
it was sleepaway camp.
It was sleepaway camp. It was hysterical. Hysterical. We used to laugh when we would see them when they're like, oh, I forget the pig's name. How was the camp?
So funny.
That is funny. Emily actually says when she sees the pig, she says it's better than a dog. She was happy
Yeah,
to see.
no, her response surprised me for sure.
I thought it was funny that she sees the Crocs on the floor and she's like, oh, I can't deal with the Crocs. She's happy with the pig, but she can't deal with
Can't
the
deal with the
Crocs.
Crocs. Yeah, it's funny.
Just laughed at that. I was like, you got to
Yeah.
be kidding me. So Callie gets to Orange County and she realizes it's Emily's house. And she said, everything is very clean. She said, I thought it looked bigger on TV, which again, I thought was a little bit of shade.
Well, no,
100%. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, but I had the same response. You know what I mean? I just said to you before, I thought it would be much bigger, and
Yeah.
then you brought up, the real estate value and where it is. So maybe that's what you was trying to
Yeah.
say. I don't know. I don't know. Kelly's not
Well, if
digging
she
her, so it's
watches
all good.
Orange
I
County, who
really
knows?
didn't. I did
Kelly-
not like this
yeah.
chick at all. I just felt there was an ulterior motive there, which then leads me to believe that she was like performative on this
right.
show, and maybe that's not really what's going on in her marriage.
Mhm.
I mean, listen, it's reality TV. I'm not naive. I know that everything's not real, but for this, I hope so. Like the last two families we
Right, you
met
kind
were
of felt that
very
they were
genuine.
definitely, more genuine.
I didn't find these people genuine at all.
And then she throws in the dig about Pottery Barn. She could have walked into Pottery Barn.
What is that? What's wrong with Pottery Barn?
I guess she thinks it's basic.
Is she Phoebe Buffet? She's the only other person I know who didn't like Pottery Barn. And even she grew to love it.
So back in New Jersey, Emily goes in the backyard and it's raining out, by the way, with her umbrella, and she sees the horses and she's like so excited. I actually did not know that she grew up on 12 acres in the middle of nowhere, riding
Yeah.
horses in a field bareback. Now,
Yeah.
that's how she was raised. We've seen her for what, 6 years? How many years has she
Yes.
been on OC?
And there was never any inkling of that?
No, as a matter of fact, all we know is that her father left and her mother suffered from mental illness very badly. And she was very independent at a very young age, she and her sister.
So I wonder if this was like a grandparent's house, this farm. Like,
Right.
because I can't imagine her mother running this with the mental
Right.
illness and no father. I was
Right.
very shocked to hear all this. So Emily gets Callie's letter and she's like, oh, it's handwritten. That was funny.
It was supposed to be typed up.
Well, I would have typed it.
I would have
would've
typed it too.
You would have? I would have handwritten it. That's so
I
funny.
don't
Yeah,
know. I
that's
type
because
very
that's who you
quickly.
are. Like, you're the
Yeah.
handwriting person. I would have typed it up.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would have done.
So maybe there's a question for our audience.
There you go.
When you're on Wife Swap, will your letter, instructions, whatever, be handwritten or typed?
Yeah. Great question. I think I would have typed them as well, but I'm a typer.
See, like I would have put it in
I'm a
like
typer too.
I would put it in like a pretty notebook with room
Yeah.
for them to
Write you a note back.
journal or yes. Do homework.
Okay. Would you leave her with stickers too to put on it?
Maybe it depends if I had some nice matching ones on hand. It'd be dazzling.
So she lets her know that her morning starts at 7 a.m. and it's horses, goats, chicken, and pigs get fed. Ask Adelaide, not Eric, if you need any help to clean the barn. Please use the trash can and get all the poop. Don't make Eric make you do everything. He needs to do some and be a better partner.
I was quite surprised that she didn't start earlier than 7.
Yeah.
was
For
too.
Because it's-
somebody with a farm, for
It's
sure.
that's a lot of work, and you still got to get your kids ready.
Right. But maybe she
school and
does that
stuff.
for maybe like she gets the kids out of the house and then goes
Then
to take
does
care of
to
the
the
animals,
animals,
you know.
maybe.
But
Yeah,
it does
yeah.
seem like the animals should be taken care of earlier, but who knows, you know.
Yeah,
maybe
who knows?
she
Yeah.
maybe she trained her animals.
To wait.
Yeah, I thought that too, to be honest with you. That wasn't early enough. Emily's letter says that Shane is my husband of 16 years. He comes off very snarky and sarcastic. We
Mhm.
share kid responsibilities, and I say he does more than me. Annabelle is 12. She's a little sassy, that's to say the least. She's hard to get through to because she's always on her phone. I mean, listen, that
It's
is
very
what
typical.
12-year-olds are like today.
Very typical.
I don't have girls, but when I saw Annabelle, I was like, she seems to me like the typical 12-year-old girl today.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
well, then it's a good thing that mine's done already because I would have definitely had a problem.
No, she's
But you're-
definitely, I mean,
right.
that's very normal behavior.
I think so too.
Tess is just not a phone person. She's never been, but
Uh-huh.
Joe is. I
Uh-huh.
mean, he probably got his phone at 12 and hasn't stopped looking at it since.
Yeah, I guess because I guess
Your daughter
my
didn't have
daughter's-
a phone at 12.
it's just, because my daughter's 26. So to me, that it's just foreign, just
Yeah.
foreign.
Yeah. But it's definitely normal behavior, but hard to
It's not
watch
good.
nonetheless.
It's not
No,
good.
No,
of
it's not
course
good,
not.
but it's
No, cell phones ruin these kids. Cell
Yeah,
phones
it's-
ruin
it's
these
not
kids.
good.
I'll be honest with you. My sister-in-law is a guidance counselor at the school that Matthew graduated from. And we were talking, and this year they instituted that cell phone ban.
It's the
You know,
best
that
thing
we
ever.
heard about in the schools. And I was like, oh God, that's horrible. And she said, no, actually the kids like it. They actually like it. And the teachers like it too, because they have their
course.
undivided attention. So
The
I-
best thing ever that they
I
started
do
to
too,
do that
to be
in
quite honest
schools.
with you. After I heard that, I think that maybe that is what needs to happen.
I think so.
Yeah. So Emily meets all the kids and Sue comes in. She's Carly's mom. She said, but they call her Papa. Why? Why?
It's cute.
I mean, it is cute, but is it because Eric isn't around? Like, I would think he would be Papa. You know what I mean? Like,
I think, like my kid, like Alex started calling my mother Bammy. Like, it's just a thing.
it's just the name. Yeah.
My
okay.
nephew
Yeah,
calls
that makes
my
sense.
aunt Gee. Like it's just a,
Okay.
like maybe her first grandchild just started saying Papa,
Papa.
It just stuck.
Well, did I
Yes.
tell you I picked out my grandmother name? I mean, not that I'm having grandchildren anytime soon,
What is
but
it?
I have my grandmother name picked out.
What is it? You can
You
tell
wanna
us or
know?
no?
Yeah.
Should I tell
Well, you
you?
brought it up.
Yeah. We're not gonna steal it.
Honey.
I like
Uh,
that. I like that.
I know. I love that
Now,
too. You can
Very
steal it.
sweet. No,
You can
no.
steal
I
it.
got mine, but Tess said it's a stripper name, so I can't use it.
Oh God,
But
what's
now I
yours?
don't want to say it just in case one of our listeners has that name. I don't
Okay.
want to insult anybody, but I'm doing it. I'm using it, whether she likes it or not. Go ahead, Laura.
My friend's Victoria, her grandson calls her Bachi.
Bachi.
Pachi?
Bachi.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Okay. Now that we're talking about grandmother names,
Yeah, I love honey though. That's very sweet.
thank you. That's just like me, right?
Yes, super,
Yeah.
super sweet.
Dripping with honey. Yeah.
So Shane
So-
tells Callie they're going out to dinner,
Yep.
and she said she and her husband never go out to dinner.
I believe it.
That's weird. It's a little weird.
It's just weird. Like, not that Eric and I are out every week, but first of all, we live in New Jersey. We live in the mecca of good food. And you live in North Jersey, so you even have better food up there. The food's great here, but it's even better up there. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Right. Yeah.
I was floored by that. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not saying you
Yeah.
have to go out every week because we certainly don't, but we go out our fair share. There's one thing Eric and I like to do together is eat.
Right. Once in a while, you go out to eat. Doesn't have to be some big romantic date. I
No,
mean,
but look at where you live. There's got to be good food.
yeah, something.
How
Yeah.
about when she didn't kiss him when
Yeah, just out. That's why that made me think too that there's something more here than what she's selling.
And back in New Jersey, Sue asks Emily if she's ever mucked a stall before. She's like, yeah, I grew up in Ohio. So she gets the pitchfork and she's taking out the dirty hay and she's in there doing it. I mean, she admits that she's exhausted. And, she's not used to doing that physical work, but she knew what to do and she wasn't afraid to get in there and do it.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the OC, Callie's like, Shane cooks, he cleans, he's scheduling date nights. I didn't even think husbands like this exist, but apparently they do.
yeah.
Shane's a good guy.
He is. He really is. He
Is. And we've always said that. We've always
said it. Even first season, I feel like they tried to edit him to make him kind of look like a little douchey, but I don't think he did anything wrong. Like the first scene was like Gina was in their house and she got drunk. Emily had all and she was being loud and it was late and his kids were sleeping and he told her to get out. And quite honestly, I'm pretty sure my husband would have done the same thing.
Oh, I know your husband would have done the same
He
thing.
would.
He
Definitely would. If my kids were sleeping and you were drunk and you were being loud
Yeah.
and obnoxious, he would tell you to leave.
Yeah, he'd be like, "You got to go."
Yeah.
My
But they
husband would
kinda
pour you
tried to
another drink.
Yes, Bill would definitely be like, you look like you need another drink.
Mm-hmm.
And feed you. He would feed you.
Right. Let's go in the garage and have a cigarette, and I'll
Right.
make you a meatball.
Right.
Yes. And you could talk to me for hours, and I'll be very happy.
That's right. Meanwhile, I'm the one upstairs sleeping.
Right.
And it's you.
Wendy's
it's
the
me you're
one
waking
tempted
up.
to tell you to leave, but you wouldn't.
And then Callie's back getting ready for date night and she yells down to Annabelle, like, can you help me with my makeup for a quick second? And she's like, no. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But, kudos to her. She did keep trying.
Yeah, she did.
She did.
She just kept calm and chipped away at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The producers asked the kids, like, what kind of things is she going to need to do to be like your mom to Eric's kids? And the kids say, manage dad. That's the biggest one. I was like, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. That's very
Yeah.
telling, isn't it?
It's so funny that the kids see and they know what's going on, right? I mean, they're
Mhm.
not dumb.
No. And it was weird. Like, he was just very awkward in his own home. Like, he didn't even know what to do. It was just
Well, he said he was
odd.
nervous. He did say he was nervous. I mean, I thought it was odd though when he walked in. The first thing he said hi. He says hi to the pig. He meets Emily. He doesn't look for his kid. Like it was. I mean, I guess he was nervous. There's all these
Yeah.
cameras there,
Yeah. Yeah. All of a sudden you have a camera crew in your house.
Yeah.
right? And then Emily says, "So what do you guys do after dinner?" And they're like, "Oh, we like to go for a walk as a family with the horse,
animals.
Yeah, with the animals.
and the goat." And And
Like Dr. Doolittle walking down the street. It's kind of
Right.
weird.
It was like
kinda weird.
Jumanji.
Yeah, those neighbors must be like, "What the fuck? Here come all these animals gonna eat all the shit, piss and shit all over everything. Can't
Right.
walk down the road because there's horse shit in it."
Yeah.
Yep. So Erik doesn't even know how to put the halter on the horse, but Adelaide does. But Emily does. Emily takes it. She's like, I know how to do it. But I thought it was interesting when the horse started to move. Erik is yelling at Adelaide to close the gate. He couldn't close the gate so that the horse
Yeah.
didn't get out. I mean, even
Right.
if you don't know how to put the halter on, you know how to close the gate.
You must know how to close a gate. But here's
Right.
if he's so used to not doing anything, he's used to telling people what to do. So
Yeah.
like that's his mindset. Like, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell you to do it.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
But that's
I mean, when I saw the horse running out, I thought, oh my gosh, but Emily got it right away and she totally had it handled. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
even an issue.
Yeah, because because she knows horses, so she knew not to panic. She knew that the first thing the horse was going to do was trot off a little bit and then find a really good piece of grass. And that's all you had to do was wait for him to find some dandelion, and then you could go over there and do what you got to do.
So they all start walking down the street, the horse, the kids, the goat. And Emily says she's been there 5 minutes and she's already had to wrangle the horse. And Erik doesn't even know how to handle the animals at all. I mean, not at all.
And you think to yourself, so she says that they take a walk. So you're telling me this guy walks with these animals every night,
Right.
and you still don't like make a
Right.
connection with the animals. You don't get a clue as to like what the fuck is going on. What do you? Maybe he doesn't go. Maybe she just goes with the kids.
Or maybe they
don't
don't normally take the animals and they're just saying they take the animals, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I don't know how much I trust with these two.
No, because it doesn't make sense because she in the beginning said he loves the animals. He's like, I hate the animals. And like you said,
He made it like he works so hard so she can stay home and have this farm, right?
right. But every time we saw him, he was either laying around on his phone or in the bed. I mean, granted, we didn't see him in his office doing his actual work, but still,
Right.
I don't know.
I know. It was a weird one.
It was
Leave it to the
weird.
people from New Jersey to like put on
Right.
a fake show,
Right.
giving us a
Mess it
bad
all up.
name. Yeah. Do we not have enough problems already with the Real Housewives of New Jersey?
I know, exactly. We don't need it with wipe swap, damn it.
Exactly.
Stain on our rep. All right,
I
so
loved Shane and Callie being out to dinner though. Like
I did too.
when she said she feels guilty, she doesn't bring in any income, and Shane's like, but that's, you bring a different kind of value.
right, you work.
Yes.
She probably works 6 to 9:30. That's what she works because she works at home.
6 a.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Absolutely.
For
Yeah,
sure.
she's working.
For sure.
So I want to ask you guys this question because I've seen some. I don't watch OC, but I do go in our comments and like them and comment back if I can on our social media posts. But people have said things about, and correct me if I could be confusing shows, about Emily should be staying home with her son, helping her son. What's going on with her son? Do I have the wrong show?
No, this is a show.
Okay, so
Her
what's the
son's
deal?
having, personally feel it's anxiety issues. And when we cover OC, I'll tell you why. Her son's in the 4th grade, and all of a sudden he went from like a very gifted child to having issues with eating and outbursts, and his behavior changed tremendously.
Refusing to go to school, talking like a baby, like just really regressing.
So he was.
I didn't see that at all in the episode.
You did not see that at all
And
in
I
this
was like,
episode.
yeah, so I was like, am I thinking of the wrong?
No,
The
but
wrong show?
again, this is only 2 days, and their father was with them the whole time.
Right.
So, but he was going this season on OC, he was going under testing to see if he was on the spectrum and all kinds of things. Learning disabilities.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
She had a hard season because of the issues she was dealing with him, which is interesting as to why she would choose to go away for 2 days, but on wife swap, like people are saying on social media. But whatever. I mean, he was totally fine while she was gone.
Right. And you don't listen, these opportunities are presented to you.
Mhm.
and you have to take them when they're there. And her
Right.
husband supports her in her decisions. Right. Her husband 100% supports her in these decisions. Shane does say when they're out to dinner, like, you're not going to have to put the kids to bed when you get home. And she's like, that's going to be weird because she's so used to doing everything.
Mhm.
And back in New Jersey, Emily's asking, like, is it time to get like jammies on because nobody's getting ready for bed? And because Eric's just sitting there. So Emily decides to tell the kids, like, it's time to get ready for bed. And she gets them all in bed. And then the two little girls wind up in her bed anyway. I wonder if that happens with Callie.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably not. They probably just go to bed when Callie tells them to go to bed. They were probably excited that somebody new was there.
Yeah. The next morning, Emily's making breakfast and Eric is still in bed. In the OC, Shane is making breakfast and Callie comes down and she's like, this is lovely. And he makes her waffles, which is lovely. After breakfast in New Jersey, Emily asks Adelaide if she'd like to go help her feed the horses. And then she comes down dressed in a denim outfit, just like Emily's. And she's like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
love this. You matched me. Like, this is,
so cute.
I
Yeah.
know, that really was cute. It was
And
really cute.
when you have a 12-year-old at home like she has, it's nice to have that. Like the previous wife swaps
Angie.
where
Yes.
where they had that moment of, it was like when your child was smaller and wanted to be with you.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
was super sweet. I thought that was so cute.
And then they're out there with the chickens and they're getting the eggs, and Emily's naming the chickens after Orange County Housewives.
I thought that was really funny.
Hysterical. That
I
was
I
just
love
did.
hysterical.
I love the one where they did with Shannon. I thought that was really
Yes.
cute. And
She's all disheveled.
I loved it. It was so cute. Thought it was very clever.
That was really good.
And Emily's talking to Adelaide and saying, like, you spend more time with your mom or your dad. And she's like, well, she spends more time with her mom. She's like, every Monday they go horseback riding and then they go to dinner, which I thought that was interesting.
Maybe the horseback riding is in a certain area, and then maybe like the lessons are from 4 to 5, and then they just go to get, you know what I mean? Grab
Yeah,
something
I
on the
mean,
way
it
home.
could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
One-on-one time. And maybe she does that with each of them. We only heard it from the one.
For the one,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
You know.
yeah. Then it's lunchtime, then Emily's making lunch for the kids, and Eric is around, but not participating.
No, he actually comes out of his office and asks for lunch.
Yeah.
He said he's embarrassed to admit it, but he doesn't seem embarrassed. Like, you don't
And how
seem
do
very
you
embarrassed.
live in a house and not know where the pots and pans are?
Right.
I mean, so you've never been in your own kitchen when your wife put a pot away? I mean, the kitchen was big, but it wasn't like, I was just like,
Right.
how's that even possible?
Right.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's crazy town.
Yeah.
In Orange County, it's 3 hours until the rules change, and Gina shows up, and Gina's going to take Callie down to the marina to get some coffee. I loved this.
Me too.
Now, you don't know
Especially
Gina.
when she said coffee.
Coffee, that's right, with her
Coffee.
Long Island accent, coffee.
Yeah.
So Gina and Emily are like Laverne and Shirley in the OC. Like, they're very close. They came on the OC together and they just formed a bond and they became very close. So Gina's asking her, like, how are things, like, day to day, like by yourself? And she's like, well, I go to the barn. Like, that's what I do for myself. I really loved that Gina explained to her about her husband. Like, your husband works a 9 to 5 job and you're a housewife and you work from 9 to 5, but anything out of that time, you guys should be sharing. Because she
Right.
was also saying that she felt like, because I don't financially contribute, that I should be doing everything. And Gina said, no, like, you're both
Mm.
working. And I love that
Gina
she
could
explained it
actually
to her that way.
relate because when she was married to Matt, that was the dynamic. So Gina
Right.
could actually relate to it.
Yes. Yes. And I think Callie got it then too, when Gina explained that to her. She said, like, that's a very interesting way of looking at it. I think it was like a light bulb went off for her. And Gina said to her, you kind of backed yourself in a corner there.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Gina. She did, though.
Well, when you set that kind of precedent that you're just going to do everything and he's going to do nothing, then that's what happens.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
People are going to not get away with, but people are going to let you do what you do. Like, if you do everything, typically somebody's not going to be like, no, let me, do that for you.
Right.
It's just
Let me help out. Right. What can I do? No, they're just
right.
going to be like, okay.
Great. She's going to do that too?
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And I think about it, my father always worked and my mother was a stay-at-home mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so she did everything just like a regular stay-at-home mom would do. She did the cooking, she did the cleaning, she did the shopping. Dinner was on the table at 5 and she did the dish. She did everything.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of would get mad at my father when he was older and she was older. She's like, "Your father doesn't do anything around here." And I'm like, "Well, he never did. He never did anything."
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
this is nothing new. Like, he's never done anything. Like, I mean, I get that you're frustrated, but you can't be mad at him because this is what he's always done.
Right. No, I was a stay-at-home mom for a long time, and I did do everything, but my husband always helped. He did his part. He went food shopping with me. He helped me do the laundry. He helped me do cleaning on the weekends. He always helped me.
Yeah, I
awesome.
can't complain. Eric does most of the laundry. He does a lot on Saturdays when I'm working at the salon, like a lot of the cleaning because that's when I used to clean my house and I don't now. So I still like to do the food shopping by myself because when Eric's in charge of that, a lot of unnecessary items are purchased and necessary items are not purchased. But like even like he just decided like 2 weeks ago to, paint the bathroom, just change out some things, and I really can't complain. I do a lot,
Right.
but
But the point is
he
that
helps.
they help. So it's a totally different gig.
Yeah.
But I
Like
think
I
it's
was
because of we started it that way, right? Because my husband does a lot around here too. He does the laundry, he does the cooking, he does cleaning. I mean, I do cleaning. If I have to cook, I can cook, but not if he's around because he's not gonna eat anything I cook anyway.
Right.
So, what's the point of us both cooking, right? But I mean, I think it's because we set those precedents because whether we worked or we didn't, this is what was expected
Yeah.
Yeah.
on our end from others,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Whereas,
right.
like you said, if somebody was just gonna keep doing it and you never said anything to them, well, then it's gonna keep happening.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it almost felt to me like Kelly said, I think there's just more to the story there because it's almost like she seemed like pissed at him. Like even if he wanted to help, I feel like she would have been like she wouldn't even want to spend the time with him if he did want to help.
No, she definitely was closed off to him. Like something it was either an act
Right.
to make it look like they're just, they're having issues in their marriage to pique some interest in them for some reason. Or something happened and she is not over it and, they really need to work on that and probably shouldn't have went on Wife Swap on national television.
Something.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
either one or the
Yeah.
other or somewhere
Yeah.
in between.
Or somewhere in between. Yeah.
So in New Jersey, it's rules change, and Emily says we're gonna switch it up. Rule number 1 is dad now has to take care of the animals. Eric said, "Why does everyone hate me?"
We don't know,
Rule
Eric. Tell us.
Yeah. Rule number 2, bedtime, dad is in charge. And then rule number 3, we're going to have a date night. Eric seems excited, but she said, "You're going to have to cook something nice
Now,
for dinner."
why does he
And he's
have to cook? Why couldn't they go out?
because he doesn't cook. So she wanted him to
Mm.
cook.
Got it.
You know why? Because in case of a disaster, he needed to find out where the pots were.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the fire extinguisher.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't even know.
So back in the OC, Callie says her rules are about being present. And rule number 1 is she's limiting screen time. And she said Annabelle is going to help her tonight in the kitchen for dinner. And we love to have a sit down family dinner. So as she's saying this, the look on Annabelle's face, like she looked mortified, like you had just like taken her best friend and she was never
Yeah.
going to see her again.
Yeah.
Her face just said it all. She said, "I'd love to see your kids engaging and going outside and doing something together." She said Annabelle's always on her phone. And Annabelle's not really having any of it. And back in New Jersey, Emily's laying in bed while Eric is outside with Adelaide, and they're trying to give the pig a bath in the baby pool. That was an interesting little feat they were doing there.
It was so funny when he was in the hay with the shit with
and
his
his
son.
foul?
And they
With his son,
wiped
Graham.
out.
What did his son was actually like, "The fuck are you doing?" Like it was so natural.
Yes.
So
And he called him-
Jersey. I'm
he
like,
called
okay,
him-
now
he-
that was real.
He called him fat.
That was real.
It was great.
Yes, yes, yes. That was
I'm
so
like,
good.
This is real.
Yes, that was funny.
This is
That was
Jersey.
funny. Yeah.
That was so good. I mean, he literally knocked his son over.
Yeah, like what the fuck were you doing? This is shit. This is manure.
They were racing. They were racing.
It's funny. But the son was really funny. That was great.
Yeah. He like just said it.
Yeah.
Like all of our kids would. He just said it.
Yeah, it's great.
Callie was very smart. She had Annabelle cut the sausage, so she had to put her phone down.
Yep, need 2
Yep.
hands.
Yeah, that was good.
And meanwhile, Keller asked Callie if she needs help setting the table. They seem so sweet, those boys.
Yeah,
They really
seem
do.
Very sweet.
And you know, if Annabelle and Emily really are like butting heads and the 2 younger ones see it, they probably like try to overcompensate
Mm-hmm.
and be more considerate of Emily and, you know, because siblings pick up on everything, obviously.
Right. They probably turn into like the peacemakers.
Yeah.
Like they just want things to be calm in the house, which I'm sure, I don't know. I would lose my shit if I was Emily.
Well, especially if you have that coupled with the issues that she's going through with Luke.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And back in the OC, Shane has his parents come over for dinner and his cousin, and they're all sitting around the table and they're eating. And I think it was the cousin that said that growing up, they would always sit around the table every night and have dinner together as a family.
So that was his mom. I don't know why I was
It was
thinking
his
that was
mom.
Emily's mom.
No, that
those
was
were his
Shane's
parents.
mom.
I actually thought that was his sister, but it was his cousin.
It said cousin underneath
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Because I know his
Yeah.
sister's been on the show. I didn't see what it said. So, okay.
Yeah. I'd never seen her before. And I
Right.
looked at it. It did say it was his cousin.
And his parents have been on the show before. They're very sweet, his parents.
Yes. They have a gorgeous house. They live in
Yeah.
like this beautiful mansion.
Yeah. And they seem to really like Emily.
That's
Yes,
good.
they love Emily.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, you don't know this, but Shane is Mormon.
Well, yeah. But he's the
Emily
only one
is
in
not.
his family who's Mormon.
Yes.
Like, it's not like he was raised Mormon. Because
He's Mormon by choice.
What national?
Really?
Like, what are his parents' background? Remember, she just did that party. Persian?
Gosh, what? No,
No,
maybe.
I forget what they are.
I forget too.
But they
Yes.
are not Mormon. Shane is
Right.
though.
He's Mormon, so he
interesting.
doesn't drink. He doesn't
Never
drink,
drank.
and he's actually a practicing Mormon.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Wow.
he takes his kids to church. Emily goes like once in a while.
Interesting.
And
Yeah,
Shane was married before, and he has an older daughter as well.
two, I think.
Two?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's 2. I think only one has been on the show though.
All right, so
Okay.
we'll ask our audience. Does Shane have 2 daughters from the previous marriage or 1?
We don't have to ask our audience that. I'll look it up.
Trying? I know you're big with the
They're
questions
like, we don't work
lately.
for you, bitches. You want to know if he has 2 daughters? You look it up.
Exactly. But yeah, it is interesting that he's Mormon and nobody else in his family is. Like he didn't wake up like that.
I know, and it doesn't come up that often either. Like it's not, you wouldn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's a topic of conversation.
No, other than the fact that because he just doesn't drink. Like that comes up once in a while.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But
So in New Jersey, the kids are helping Erik, and they're decorating the dining room with the rose
Yeah, that
petals
was
and the
sweet.
candles.
Cute.
So cute. Erik said, I almost broke my neck outside today. Like, I was thinking to myself, I don't know how my wife does this, which I'm glad you're thinking that.
That's exactly
I
it.
thought this was interesting that Emily asked him if he thinks that there's something holding him back from doing more effort in and around the house. And he even says, I think that's interesting. I mean, honestly, I really don't know what made her ask that question.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
she senses that there's something more than what's been presented.
well, she
You know?
feels like he's not valued. So why bother? But
Yeah.
yeah,
I just thought that whole premise, even at the end of the show where the 2 of them meet, I just felt like the whole premise, how it got like made about how he feels like she's not doing something right. It was just like, it was just weird. It's like, no, you're fucking sitting around. She does everything. So why,
Right.
I don't know why it got turned around that it was somehow, I mean, to a certain degree, I understand what they were saying about him But I don't to me, it was odd. It felt very odd.
I totally agree with you.
You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, like he was the victim almost.
Yeah, I was like, "What?"
But
I mean
she's fucking doing everything.
Right, I mean, everything has a side, like, we already talked about how maybe he's uncomfortable with his own house, maybe she doesn't want him to hang out and do anything, like, fucking yada, 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 but still in the end, I was like, "Why is this getting, like,
Right.
I don't know, I was confused.
Yeah, no, I totally agree
Well,
with you.
he did say that he doesn't think he's appreciated, but I thought it was he said, "If Callie would come in and sit next to me for 10 minutes while I'm watching a basketball game, that would make me happy."
And he did kept saying that, he would have loved for her to come have lunch with him, so it just
Yes.
does seem like she won't spend any time with him.
Right.
Right, right.
So maybe that in turn is making him feel like but, you can still step in and step up and lend a hand even if she can't fucking stand you.
Well, it
Right.
just seems like now they're in a vicious cycle
Yes.
Yes, I think that's
where
true.
she's gonna do everything and she's not gonna ask you for any help. So you're gonna sit back and not do anything, and then she's gonna resent you for not doing anything.
Right, right.
Somebody's gotta break the cycle.
Yeah.
Yes. Emily does call him out and says, I think that there's an obligation, for you to do work in the office, but I also think that you just go in there to escape. And I like that she
Yeah.
called him out for that,
Yeah, for sure.
He admits it
But it's interesting because Emily admitted to doing the same thing in her house.
Exactly.
in her
She
bedroom.
says she sees
I
a lot
thought
of
the same
Erik
thing.
and Shane. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And honestly, I mean, I don't do it now, but there was a time maybe I do it now. I mean, my bedroom is my place I hide
Your safe
too.
place.
Yeah.
When things are chaotic in your home, sometimes you just gotta get the fuck out of there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
if you stay, it'll be bad.
Yeah. Yep.
So maybe the two of them, maybe Emily and her daughter really do brought a lot. And you know what? If they do, that certainly could be part of that kid's problem. Yeah.
If
Mhm.
there is any kind of static in the house and your kid is prone to anxiety, they're going to absorb it. Yep.
A sponge. And then that's what's going to come out is exactly the things that he's exhibiting.
Yep. 100%.
Emily says to Erik, all the animals are because Callie wants them. He said 100%. Those are her passions. But he said, but Callie's passions become my passions in a lot of ways. And Emily's like, no, that's not true. I mean,
But you
who
don't
are
like
you
the
trying to sell
animals.
this to? Right.
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 She tells him that she sees a lot of her husband in him, and she doesn't think what he's asking for is an unreasonable request for her to spend some time with him.
Well, I mean, if you're going to say married to somebody, you should spend time with them.
Right.
100%.
I mean, it doesn't mean you have to go out every week with them,
Right.
I mean,
Right.
Erik and I do not watch, obviously Erik's not watching Bravo, and Erik will watch every fucking sport that's on TV. I don't, but we watch basketball together, we watch football together, and we have like certain shows on Netflix we watch together. Like that's, so it's not like we're never, we're always watching separate things. If you're going to stay married to somebody, you have to spend time with them.
Right. You got to be able to sit on the couch
Yeah.
and scroll on your phone while your husband's watching shows from the 70s.
Right.
I mean, you got to have something. I mean,
And now you know what goes on at Lori's house.
yeah. I mean, we have small houses. There's not a lot of room to run to.
That's
so
right.
you got to kind of
Make it work.
make it
Yes.
work. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Bill and I, it's a challenge for us to find things that we both enjoy watching together. So right now we have Dancing with the Stars. We record that and we watch that together. We have Shark Tank. We watch that together. And we have Below Deck. We watch that together. So those are the three that we always watch together. And then when we try and find something on Netflix, Bill has his own Netflix account. And when he finds something he thinks I'll like, he'll put it in his list. And then we'll go through the list. And then I'll say, okay to that one. He'll be like, nah, no. And it takes us 45 minutes to find the
find
one
one
that we
thing.
agree on
thing,
in
yeah.
the list.
See, what usually happens in my house, if I have TV, it's all about who's doing TV control.
Yeah.
If he's watching something, I let him watch it until it annoys me, and then I'm like, all right, so I can't fucking take no more. You got to put some else on.
Yeah. Enough with the original Hawaii
Enough,
Five-O.
enough with it. But if I'm watching something, if it's something he's interested, then he'll start watching it. If it's not something he's interested in, he'll just go on his phone or read the newspaper or do whatever
Right.
it is he does.
But you're still sitting next to each
But you're
other.
still
I
sitting
mean,
next to
it
each
is
other.
what
You're
it
still
is.
spending time together. Yeah.
Right.
Right. And then the other dynamic that happens in my house is my two bully sons will grab the remote from one of us, physically grab it, and then put on a sports thing. And then we have to physically fight with him or yell at him or just give up and go in another room and watch TV. I'm like,
Right.
this is
What
my
just
house.
happened? Right. I pay the
This is
bills.
my house. But honestly, listen, there's going to be a time when they're not here to argue with me, these little brats.
That's right. That's right.
So it is what it is. It is
Yep.
what it is.
Yep.
I am the
Absolutely.
adult, and so is my husband. So we go in the other room.
Right. Right.
I love that Georgina and Emily had a dance party
Yes.
before
It was
bedtime.
cute.
Yes. Movie night together, no screen time. The whole family was sitting down together. Erik put the kids to bed. Callie asked Luke and Keller, one thing you're going to miss about me being here. And Luke says everything.
I know,
And
that was
Luke
cute.
Luke is the one that she's having problems with. It's
Yeah.
Luke.
Yeah. And they said that they would like to continue at family dinner.
Mhm.
Yes. And Callie said, you want to get a pig? And Keller said, yeah, if it's a big and juicy. He wants to eat the pig.
Funny.
And
Yeah.
it did seem like the other mom did have a little moment with Emily's daughter when she was out on her bike, and that was nice to see that she kinda, you know,
Yes.
Yeah, she got her to smile and laugh,
she got
which
her
is
to
not
smile and
easy.
laugh, and she confided in her and said she crashed on the thing, and so that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That was nice. And Emily arranged for them to go fly fishing with all the kids, and they to watch them all walking out dressed up in their waders. Oh my God, it was
It's
so
cute.
cute.
So funny.
But
Yeah. I knew that was gonna I knew that was gonna be a disaster. Fly fishing is a very quiet, zen type of sport, and that was not
no,
there was no zen there at all.
I was the Georgina of that group. Georgina doesn't want to fish. Georgina's hungry. That's
Mhm.
why Bill doesn't bring me places unless I can have everything that I need because otherwise I'm there complaining just like Georgina.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was good that Emily realized, like, she needs to do more things that Shane likes to do.
Mhm.
Yes. What does Shane
Yeah.
like to do? I don't even know.
I don't know, but hopefully he speaks up and tells her so they can go do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Emily said she had fun with the family and it ignited something in her heart to have more fun moments with her kids. And I think that, you know what, sometimes it's, our kids are older, but it is so important to spend time with them while they are here, right? Because
Yeah.
they're not always going to be here.
Mhm. But, I can feel for Emily because when you have a teenage female that's in the headspace that her daughter's in, there's some wicked shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It
can
is.
see where that, when you have a kid who's is like that, it's difficult and it causes so much chaos in the home.
Yeah. Emily leaves Erik with the dustpan. I didn't understand that, but okay. And she gets home and the boys come running and they hug her. I don't know if you noticed, but Annabelle only gave her a side hug.
Oh.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, she didn't remember in the beginning, she didn't even want to get up and give her a hug goodbye.
Mhm.
I know.
I think she would need
know.
she needs like a month in Africa and then she'll miss her mother.
She needs a month somewhere.
They're definitely a month somewhere. Third world.
Callie's excited to meet her, of course. Shane takes the kids so that they can go sit down and talk. Emily asks how Annabelle was, and she tells her, she was standoffish. I wanted her to warm up to me in her own time. I mean, like you said, she had that one moment with her when she was on the bike, but she really didn't, it wasn't enough time. There just wasn't enough time for that to happen.
Right. Well, and like Electra really didn't warm up to
Right.
No.
her wife's swap mom either because
No.
they're that age.
Or Antonia.
They're that age, and girls can be tough.
Yeah, because honestly, the boys did I
Mhm.
thought in all these circumstances, the boys
the
were
boys,
way
yep.
better.
Mhm.
And as
Yeah.
a mom of 3 boys, that's all I know,
Right. No,
Yeah.
girls can be very they can bitch out, man. They
Yeah.
can be very tough and very judgmental and not I don't know. They're just a different animal.
She tells Emily that when we switched the rules, we ate together as a family at the same time. And Emily said that she loved that they did that because they don't do that. I'm surprised that they don't do that. But
Well, I'm surprised with their ages, but we've had this conversation. Like, once your kids start sports or any extracurricular activity, doesn't even have to be sports, it's very difficult to all sit down. But with her kids'
right.
ages, but
Yeah.
I think Annabelle cheers, and I
Yes.
don't know if what the boys are into. It's tough. Tough.
She also, she admits that she goes in her room and watches TV. Callie said one of her rules change was to have her come sit on the couch with us to know that she's wanted. And again, like that's something I think that Emily's going to try and do. I think she's going to try and kind of force her to.
Well, they said that they went on a trip together to Europe, and I
Yeah.
think that's the
Yes.
best thing that they could have done
Yes.
together.
Yeah.
The
I
best.
agree.
Because that's the only way that you have to, like, break out of the mold of what you got going on. That's the only way to stop that vicious cycle that they were in.
Yeah. Emily said that I felt like he was sad, meaning Erik, and then Callie starts crying.
And didn't she say, like, she didn't wanna talk about it all? So
She said
that
there
was
are
another
things I don't want to talk about right now.
that was
Yes.
another thing that made me think,
And she doesn't know how to
Yes.
fix it in herself to be a better wife to him. So it could be he stepped out, or it could be she stepped out. Could be that neither of them stepped out and it's something totally different.
Right.
But that sounds like it could be on her, not
Right.
necessarily that she's blaming him for something.
But there's definitely something else going on.
Or there's not,
think
and
that-
she just wants us to think that. So
I think
the
women like
girls
to
peeked
take
in.
the blame when it's not even on them also.
This is true.
So maybe she's just putting it on herself and it really isn't for her to it's not for her to fix.
She doesn't strike
think
me as
women
the
tend
type
to do
put
that.
it on herself.
Listen, Kelly don't like her, so that's it. When
I know. She doesn't
It's-
strike me as the type to be like, what did I do to make him do that?
Kelly's not
Yeah, I
having it.
don't know what it is. I get
The
a feeling
third
though.
I
It's
is
open.
telling her.
I know. Something.
Well, Emily says, I think if you just gave him a hug when he came home from work, like maybe start with that. And she said, I really struggle to show the love I have for my husband.
She
I-
struggles showing affection.
Yeah.
It could be things that we talked about, and it could be, quite frankly, something as simple as they have just drifted apart.
That's right.
That sometimes that happens. You just get so far apart. You're still existing together. It's not like she doesn't love him. It's not like he doesn't love her. But sometimes you just, like and something like that, like you gotta spend time with each other. That's the only way you're gonna
It's
reconnect.
the only way. Yep. It's the only
Right.
way.
Well, Emily tells her she's going to have to go to lunch with Erik at least once a week. I don't
Mhm.
think that's unreasonable.
I don't think
No.
so either.
And then we see 1 month later, Emily lightened Shane's load with carpool duty for 1 week until Shane took over.
It was so funny because they're like, yeah, that's not how dad does it.
Yeah.
It was like the movie Mr. Mom with Michael Keaton. Remember that?
Mhm.
And then Emily and Annabelle took a trip to Paris for mother-daughter bonding. Emily was on virtual reality. I saw that the other day. And she said this wife swap came up a few days after she got back from her Amsterdam trip.
My God.
So, yes. So, like, she just got home and then, 3 days later, she left to do the wife swap. And she was just in Amsterdam, which we just finished watching on the OC.
Right. Right.
So, it was a lot. There was a lot going on.
Yeah, but all this chatter about her, she should be really focusing on her son. If it is the case that it's her and her daughter brawling, it's probably a good thing that she's not there. And
For
maybe
sure.
it's the opposite of what people think.
For sure.
You
Right.
really should be home spending time with your son and getting that straightened out. But maybe the time away and then her going away with just her daughter is what the doctor ordered, kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like maybe that's the deal with that.
The virtual reality guys also asked her what she thought about Callie dragging her home looking like the Pottery barn. And she's like, no, I get it. Like, we've been remodeling it. She didn't care. She wasn't insulted by
No,
it.
she didn't
could
give a
care
shit.
less.
What does
That
she
was
didn't
great.
care.
care what some chick from Jersey thinks about her house?
Right.
Yeah, she didn't care.
Yeah.
She didn't
Yeah.
take
Right.
it personally. She didn't care. So, yeah, I have to agree. I didn't like this episode as much as I liked the other two.
I think it was the people.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
that chick from Jersey messing it up.
I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh, have we been on for over an hour?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Look what time it is.
Yeah, that's
I know.
enough.
All right.
All right. Goodbye.
Nobody wants to listen to us this long.
Nobody wants to listen to
No,
us for that
nobody
long.
wants
Not
us to.
even us.
Not even us.
No.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.